All right, hey, Shalom. First and foremost, call hello, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and infinite salutations to the elect that are scattered abroad doing this work in truth and in sincerity, teaching the names of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and prophesying against Mount Seir. I'm the brother of Baal Gabar from the Camp Company of Prophets here in Tampa, Florida, coming at you with another lesson, Lord willing, it's edifying to the hopeful elect. And I got this video I'm going to play. I'm going to read the caption, and you see the title of the lesson, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right, and this is the final plague. Okay, this capability right here, this nuclear capability, is what's going to cause the lake of fire. All right, and anybody who takes that microchip, that mark of the beast, will be cast into this lake of fire, and only the elect will be delivered from this fire. This is the final plague. Okay, this is what the prophets saw in their visions, man. You know, because the prophets of the ancient time, they would have visions of nuclear missiles hitting the ground and causing a lake of fire, and they would, write it down in what we have today as parables and metaphors in the scriptures. All right, some of the prophets described it as arrows. John the Revelator described it as a lake of fire. Peter, okay, Jeremiah, Esdras, all talked about this major prophecy that's going to take place, which is ultimately the peak of World War III is going to be a nuclear war, man. All right, so let me read this scripture. This is Zechariah 14:12, and this is the power that the Lord Yahweh, through his only begotten son Yahweh Shai, is coming with. This is the power. This is why the scriptures say every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai is Lord of Lords. Okay, this is why you should fear the Lord. Okay, America as a whole is going to be set on fire like this. Okay, now this was a nuclear test, and I'm going to read the caption, but let me play the video. Check this out. Play it one more time. All right, so you saw the video. This is the caption. Let me read it real quick. It's from the page World War WW3. It says the USA conducted a nuclear test called Castle Bravo in Bikini Atoll in 1954. So what happened as a result? 2.5 times more powerful than expected. That is a 15 megaton explosion. This was one of the most powerful tests in history and had approximately 1,000 times the power of the bomb in Hiroshima. When it exploded, the mushroom cloud it created had a height of 40 kilometers and a diameter of 100 kilometers. Scientists and U.S. soldiers who watched the explosion 240 kilometers away on Rondrijk Atoll had to be urgently evacuated. Additionally, some people living on the surrounding islands contracted radiation sickness due to the delay in evacuation. All right, so this was a nuclear test called Castle Bravo that was took place in 1954, which now we're in 2024. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So 70 years later, and you know we have way higher technology than what we did back then. So this 15 megaton explosion, there's more and more powerful explosions than this. And this is the power that the Lord is coming with, man. Okay, let's play the video one more time. Look at this. Check this shit out, man. I mean, and this was in 1954. Now, I mean, Russia has the most powerful nuclear weapons. So it's gonna, imagine that this was a 15 megaton. Imagine a 50 megaton or a 30 megaton explosion. Look at this. All right, so you see it, man. This is the plague. The Lord said he comes with fire. This is what's going to cause that lake of fire, and it's going to be, you know, 200 million ICBM warheads that are going to pelt this place. And America as a whole is going to be turned to a lake of fire. But let me get it. Zechariah 14 and 12. And this right here, what we're watching, right? Zechariah 14 and 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite or kill all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. This is the plague that the Lord is going to bring upon this place known as America. Okay, in the Bible known as Mystery Babylon the Great, the whore that sitteth upon many waters. This is the final judgment, man. All right, this is the book of Revelation 20 and 15. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. All right, and we know that the lake of fire is not some eternal fire pit in the middle of the earth, you know, that you just, your spirit burns for 1 trillion years, you know, the BS doctrine of the hell doctrine. No, this is going to be the lake of fire. This is what's going to cause the lake of fire when these missiles hit this place. And hundreds of millions of people are going to die in an hour, okay? The population of America, I believe, is like 330 million, you know? So, I mean, 329 million people are 30 million dead within an hour, melted. Okay, because we know that this judgment is going to take place in 1 hour. Let's grab that. It's going to take 1 hour for America to be completely destroyed. That's omnipotent power. That's unlimited power. That's the power that the Lord is coming with. He's going to wipe this place off of the face of the earth, man. This is Revelation 18 and 19. I'm going to start at 17. It says, I'll start at 16. Revelation 18 and 16. And saying, alas, alas, that great city. And this great city in the book of Revelation is talking about America. Okay, this is the great city that's going to be destroyed in 1 hour. It says, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, in purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. So 1 hour, this landmass of America, okay, from Florida to California, California to New York City, that whole landmass of land is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, man. And America is huge, and America is going to be the biggest. This place is going to be turned to the biggest desert on earth. Right? It says, for in 1 hour so great riches has come to naught, to nothing. Everything's going to be brought down in 1 hour. All right? You got all these monuments, the statues, the buildings, the stores, everything. The highways, everything's going to be brought down in 1 hour. It says, and every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? Right, so because you're going to have these other nations that are going to be watching from afar off. Okay? It says, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. Right, because America is a consumer nation. So America is making all these nations rich because all these nations, they're purchasing goods from America. I mean, America is buying all the goods from these other nations, is what I meant to say, Salakia. America is a consumer nation. So America is making all these nations rich. All right, buying all the goods. It says, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. 1 hour, this place is going to be destroyed, man. I mean, that's heavenly power, man. It says, let me grab this real quick. Let's go to 2 Peter 3:10. So if you still believe in a hell doctrine, that's a burning fire pit in the center of the earth, you're probably not the elect, man. All right, that's a false doctrine. That's Roman Catholicism, man. This is what's going to cause a lake of fire, and everybody's going to have to see this day. Okay, everybody on earth on that day, if you're still alive on that day, you're going to see this, man. All right? And only the elect will be delivered by getting beamed into that fathership, the chariot. You know, that's what we're hoping. We're hoping to gain salvation, that the Lord come and, you know, scoop us up into that fathership. All right, swing low, sweet chariot. Lord willing, we endure. And the Lord have mercy upon us, man. Because this right here, you don't want to be a part of this, man. Okay? This is the Lord's indignation. Okay? Righteous anger. 2 Peter 3:5, it says, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. And we know the first death, you know, the first major deadly plague that the Lord sent on the earth was the flood. Okay, with Noah's Ark. All right, and he wiped everybody out besides Noah and his family. All right, and their wives. He saved 8 souls. Everybody else was wiped out by water, right? It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. And you know, Noah was prophesying of the flood according to the word. Okay, and he prophesied approximately 120 years. And you know, he was going out there saying the same thing. And I was watching I forgot who it was, one of the brothers, I don't know who it was, but the brother was going into how, you know, the days change, but prophecy doesn't change. So even though days go on, you know, different day, but the prophecies don't change. All right, and the final prophecy is going to be that lake of fire, man. And right now the Lord is keeping this heaven and earth, this earth and this rulership reserved unto fire. All right. Verse 10, it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. This is how the heavens going to pass away with a great noise. And this is just one missile. The Lord's going to bring 200 million gonna wipe this place out, man. All different types of nuclear warheads are gonna be dropping on this place, man. All right, it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So the elements are going to melt. And everything around you is made up of elements. In school, they gave us something called the periodic table, the table of elements. You know, you got barium, aluminum, you know, oxygen, so on and so forth. All these different elements. Everything is made up of elements. Right? And the elements are going to melt. And what's going to cause the elements to melt is this power right here. This nuclear capability that the Lord has blessed Esau with. And really, this is the Lord's power in these missiles, man. The Lord said, I have created the smith. The Lord created these weapons, created the scientists. He gave the scientists the knowledge to split atoms to make this weapon to bring forth prophecy, man. Everything on earth is bound to prophecy. Every day that goes on, we one day closer to this day. And we see the world wars brewing up. You see Russia, the tensions with Russia, China, Iran. You know, all these rumors of wars is ultimately going to lead to World War III and the lake of fire, this nuclear destruction. And this is what we want to be saved from, man. And that day, when this day comes and those nuclear sirens are going off and the news is telling you that missiles are on the way, and you're going to, you know, pray and hope that the Lord have mercy upon you, man. This is why we got to walk a path of righteousness, man. Not taking this truth lightly. You know, you should be thinking about this daily, because this is going to happen in our lifetime, man. All right? Could happen this year. By the end of this year, next year, soon. This thing is going to take place quick. Once we see that mark of the beast come out, things are going to happen quick, man. 2 Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. So when people least expect it, missiles just gonna drop. It says, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So all the works, the buildings, the cars, the highways, the houses, everything's gonna be burnt up within 1 hour, man. The people, I mean, our bodies are made up of elements. People are going to melt. That's why we read the Zechariah 14, that people's tongues are going to consume away in their mouth, like that movie of The Terminator with Sarah Connor. She was melting on the fence. All right, that's actually going to take place. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness? And that goes into conduct when you go into the blue letter. Okay, so if you know that all this stuff is going to be on fire, if you've been awoken to this truth, how should you be living your life? How should you be walking? Okay, we should be in fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, what he's about to do to this place. And if you're in fear, you're going to do everything you can to serve the Lord the right way, so you don't get cast into the lake of fire. All right, we should be conducting ourselves holy, okay, trying our best to be blameless, you know. It says, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. And this is what's going to bring in the new rulership, all right? The rulership of Yahweh Shai, the elect, King David, you know, the new heaven that's going to be on this earth. But before that happens, this heaven, this rulership that we're in now has to be taken out. All right? America has to be taken out. All right? Let's grab this real quick. I'm going to play the video one more time. Yeah, so I mean, you see I mean, that's power, okay? This one missile, I mean, this is gonna I mean, that's what was that? A 15 megaton, you know? Let me see what the caption said again, one more time. 15 megaton, it says 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb in Hiroshima. Okay? I mean, this is taking out cities, man. You know, this is taking out cities. But, I'm just talking about one. But what the Lord is going to bring 200,000, all 50 states, all 48 states, and, you know, it's going to be completely wiped out. In 1 hour, man, missiles just going to be pelting. Boom, boom, boom. Everything going to be wiped clean, man. All right, this is Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire. So the Lord is the one who created the scientist. Your modern day smith is your scientist. Okay, in the ancient world, you had weaponsmith. They would build swords and arrows and stuff like that, arrowheads, right? But now you have scientists that are splitting atoms, creating weapons with nuclear capability. But remember, the Lord is the one who created the scientist, and the Lord is the one who gave the scientist the idea. Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. The Lord is the one who created these nuclear missiles, man. So prophecy can be fulfilled. That lake of fire can be fulfilled. The Lord did all of this, man. This is Isaiah 14:21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. And this is really the judgment that's coming to Esau, Edom, and these heathens, you know, the other nations. This is the judgment of the Lord for all the ones that have fought against Jerusalem. They have enslaved us. They've raped, pillaged, robbed, destroyed, killed. This is really this judgment is for these other nations. But you're going to have 2/3 of our own people, of Israelites, that they're not repenting. They're going to be caught in this too. But the Lord really did this to destroy the nations, man. Okay? All the nations that have fought against Israel, you know, have destroyed us. This is what the Lord is coming back with. The Lord said, I come to send fire on the earth. This is how the Lord is going to send that fire on this earth, man. And this should put fear in you daily. You should be thinking about meditating on this day. All right? It says, verse 22, for I will raise up against them, saith Yahweh of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith Yahweh. I will also make it a possession for the bittern, which is a bird, and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith Yahweh of hosts. So the Lord is going to sweep this place. All right, a destroying wind, which that destroying wind is this nuclear capabilities, nuclear missiles. All right, when this thing hits, you're gonna have, you know, it causes a shock wave, and that wave is gonna be fire. Fire is just gonna be engulfing everything. That's the besom of destruction. Okay, like if you have a dusty room, right, and you have a broom and you sweep the floor and you see that dust from the broom, imagine that, but with fire. That's how the Lord's gonna sweep America. Okay, with fire and dust. Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me a destroying wind. So everybody that wants to rise up against the Lord and scoff and mock, and you don't believe in the prophets, and you live in a wicked lifestyle, and this is why this judgment is going to be so horrific, is because of the sins that are reaching up to heavens from this place. America is polluting the whole earth with sins. All right, this is the sinful nation. This is that sinful place, America. Every day there's abomination that's taking place here, and this is what happens in our law. According to abomination, you'll be put to death. You indulge in an abomination, you'll be put to death. So that's what the Lord's going to do to this place as a whole. Judgment Day. It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. Yeah, all these nations that are going to shoot missiles over here. For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. All these nations are going to be against America. Even America's allies. Something major is going to go down where, like the scriptures say, the beast shall hate the whore. Okay? These EU nations and, NATO and the EU nations are going to be over here shooting at America too. It says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And this is parabolic. Okay, a metaphor comparing these missiles to arrows. It says, and against him that lifteth up himself in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. Everybody here in America is going to be destroyed aside from the elect. All right, this is the judgment that's coming to this place, man. Judgment Day. Their tongue shall consume away while they stand upon their feet. I mean, this is never happened before on earth. This is going to be a one-time thing. All right, the Lord is going to melt this place completely. Everything's going to be on fire. All right. So with that, Lord willing, it was edifying to the hopeful elect. This is going to be the plague that the Lord is going to send upon this place. Judgment Day is coming, man. Every day that goes on, we one day closer to this day. Jacob's trouble, a nuclear holocaust, World War III. This is the prophecies that we're speaking of, man. This will happen. Whether you want to believe it or not, this is going to take place, man. So you better fear the Lord. If not, the Lord's going to make you fear. And you're going to see this day, you're going to melt. Unless you're the elect, you're going to be saved out of here. But the scriptures say the elect shall scarcely be saved. The elect is barely going to make it out. All right, so with that, call Lord Yahweh Bashmi Awashai Bashim Rakakodash. Till next time I say shalom.